Grinding out the half-smoked cigarette beneath the heel of his boot, Colter Langston glared resentfully at the slow-moving minute hand of his watch, knowing the parade had barely started and wishing it was over. There was an ominous tightening of his lean jaw as he realized he had committed himself to accompanying Missy to all the activities of Fiesta Week, the celebration marking Texas's independence of Mexico. The river parade was the first major event, and he was already bored. Idleness didn't appeal to him. With a self-mocking movement of his mouth, he admitted that there was little that didn't bore him. An only child, a son, born the heir to the vast Langston holdings in the Texas hill country north of San Antonio, he had been denied nothing as a child, a wild teenager, or a young man. Now, at 34, he realized his senses were satiated. Life held no more illusions. Sex, love, marriage, all were coldly dismissed. The happiness and satisfaction that were supposed to exist in those items were the products of writers' and poets' imaginations. Colter had tried them all and found them wanting. For the last 5 years, since his father's death, he had been the sole owner of the Langston Ranch and its numerous investments. The power of the Langston influence was his to command, and he was accustomed to being obeyed. Matt Langston had taught him that every man had a price, monetary or otherwise. Colter had admired and respected his father, but they had never been close. His mother had died when he was 6, and he had only photographs to recall what she looked like. As for his wife, Caroline, she had married the Langston name. It hadn't taken Colter long to realize that. The daughter she had died giving him within the first year of their marriage had been her means of cementing a permanent link with the Langston power and wealth. Her diary had callously stated that she had never loved Colter, only his money and name. Looking back, Colter realized that he had never loved her, only the perfection of her beauty. He had married her to satisfy the lust she aroused while adamantly withholding herself. He had never loved anyone, not even himself. No one loved him. Missy tried, just as Colter had tried to love his father. Perhaps the one who came closest to caring for him had been his Aunt Flo. When his mother had died, Matt Langston had brought her widowed sister to Langston Ranch to look after his son. She had stayed on to care for Missy. But no longer. His mouth moved into a grim, forbidding line. At the end of this month, Flo Donaldson was leaving, figuratively, if not literally. She was a strong, proud woman who spoke her mind, and Colter had received an unfaltering share of it before he and Missy had left for San Antonio. "I don't like what you've become, Colter," she had told him. "You are cold, insensitive, and sometimes cruel towards other people's feelings. You show more kindness and attention to your horses than you ever do to your own daughter, and it isn't right. You're cynical. Your heart has turned to stone, if you ever had one. Missy needs her father, not an aging aunt. And if you can't be the parent she needs, then you should provide her with a mother. You'll not shirk your responsibility off onto me any longer. According to your father's will, the cottage by the creek is mine whenever I want it, along with a pension. I'll be moving into it at the end of the month." Colter hadn't argued. Eventually, he knew he could work his way around her. He had no qualms about using the affection she had for him and his daughter to gain what he wanted. Yet, he had to admit that perhaps Missy deserved a mother. Deirdre would relish the role. Granted, he found her company to be stimulating and enjoyable, at least for the time being, but Colter knew that Deirdre only tolerated his daughter. The sensually attractive redhead was a man's woman, definitely not the domesticated type. When the physical attraction Deirdre held for him passed, as it undoubtedly would, as it had with all the other women he had known,